In almost every sport, coaches and teams, they look for the competitive advantage over their rivals. Technology has made that a little easier if you know what to look for. A professor at UNC Charlotte is teaching his students how to run the numbers to win the game, not just on the court, but in the game of life too.
All throughout other leagues and every league, in fact, they're using analytics to their best to get a one-up against their competition.
With the advancement of technology, sports has become a whole new arena. These students are at the cross-section of sports and data that drives decisions on courts and fields across the globe.
Thirst for the intersection of sports and data when it comes to these college students, and I love it.
All right, let's not waste.
Professor Tobias says the popularity in his sports analytics program has exploded. The last 4 semesters, he's been whipping up an NBA draft and press conference to run an ever-growing population of UNC Charlotte students through the proverbial ringer.
Let's not waste any time for questions.
So I thought that it'd be really, really good to put my students looking through the lens of a general manager to make really, really good, effective decision making based on data that's presented to them.
This is a testament to Professor Tobias because although this is a sports analytics class, we really had no idea what we were going into.
Can you please elaborate on why he was listed as undraftable?
Yeah, great points.
And these kids have done their homework and studied the X's and O's.
Seeing who was available and then seeing what filler players, whether it was three-point percentage, field goal percentage, or just assist to turnover ratio, and seeing exactly who would fill in as role players and who would best benefit our team later on.
Tobias says the industry has expanded exponentially with only MLB teams utilizing deeper stats decades ago, but now each team in their own league has their own analytics department.
Whenever a coach or a player gets hired, gets fired, there's someone at the podium to speak on that team to justify the reasons why they made that particular choice. Data does not lie. So you may end up deciding on certain things, but what does the data do to back that particular answer?
Time for 2 more questions. 2 more questions.
The flashing lights, the questions, the pressure. The students handled it like it was nothing.
In the last few years, Professor Tobias tells me that a number of graduates have started to work in professional sports, teams like the Phillies, Nashville FC, and even within the NFL. He himself travels with ESPN as a statistician to help teams and producers make more sense of the games, too.
It's so fascinating.